How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing.
Awfully quiet.
I'm alright. There was a lot of talking earlier. Then you got here.
Yeah. I have that effect on people. Ain't never figured out quite why.
You're the MC.
You're blocked.
Well, you can talk.
I mean, I'm not an unlikable person.
Okay, that's why I can't unpack these, because scripts are blocked.
No.
What
You're
you trying to
not
unpack?
nonsense.
Some clothes.
Who's saying that?
Haley.
Okay, Haley, you're not a griefer. Don't you have a tag?
No.
Why the hell not? Alright, so I will allow stuff. Scripts? Is what you want?
Yeah.
Alright, running scripts. Should be able to do it now.
Yeah,
There we go. Accept. Detach.
that's good. It's been quiet around here for the past few months.
Summertime.
Yeah. No, but I mean as far as people rezzing and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Danger.
Oh, let me unpack one of them, but I can't unpack the other one. Interesting.
What's the other? What you trying to res something?
No, just unpack some clothes.
Oh,
The inventory, right?
Yeah.
Can
I
you
have
add?
object entry turned off, but that shouldn't affect it.
oh,
No, it shouldn't affect it at all.
yeah, you should be able to add it to yourself and unpack.
I have that down because once upon a time, somebody dropped a bomb on us here. Took me moments to figure it out and get it fixed. It still screwed everything up. Kicked everybody off the sim, and it's on video, but I think I deleted it. I never did post it. I didn't want them griefers to be able to see it. Again.
Oh,
and again.
I'll unpack the other one later.
Okay, hi everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Anna.
Hi, sweetie. I was having problems with my voice thingy.
I was having problems too at first.
Oh boy.
I said earlier, it's always surprising how you will come in or what you will come in as.
I'm either a dinky or a girl.
Yeah, either a cute little creature or a beautiful woman.
I can never know.
Alright.
Hi, Chalice.
Submit.
Hello, brother.
Alright, everybody. Oh, hold on.
Whoop.
Oops, I got the wrong HUD up there.
Here, let me see if this is working.
Hi, Morgan.
Yeah, it's working. Yay.
Hello. Let's see who I am. Chanditra. I don't know Chanditra.
Ooh, Pepper, you look pretty.
Oh, thank you.
I'll tell my camera things. See, that's why I usually like to come in early and get all this stuff good.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone.
Yay.
Got that. Bam. A big ugly mug, right? Square on the camera. Perfect. Alright, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night's Hooligans Underground. I said that wrong.
Yay.
Standing room only. Get the idea. Nice stars.
How's Cesar? Oh, look at all
It
the...
says on.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, welcome everybody who's coming in early and came in late. Love you anyway. And just for y'all curious, I've got a little cough, so I'm wearing a suit, like a mask, so you know, nobody gets sick.
So that we don't
Can't
catch
never
it.
be too safe, y'all.
That's why you're wearing the suit?
That's exactly the reason. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, y'all. Years ago, right after Boudreaux and Marie, after they got married, I
Uh-huh.
think I told y'all this one, but I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, do it
They
again.
was on their way home in Boudreaux's wagon. Because they had no motor cars back then. Now, this wagon was being pulled by a very old plow horse. Now, a little way down the road, the old horse, it stumbled,
Oh,
almost fell down. Boudreaux said, "That's once." He said that real loud.
uh-oh.
And they kept going though. A little further down, horse stumbled again, but it didn't fall. Boudreaux said, "Hey, that's twice." Now, just before reaching home, that poor old horse, it was real tired, and it stumbled again.
Aw.
Boudreaux, he reaches under the seat of the wagon,
No!
pulls out his double-barrel shotgun, kablam!
Oh, no.
Hateful. Hateful, hateful.
Now, Marie, she's shocked. She tells Boudreaux, she said, "Boudreaux, that was terrible. You should not have done that." Old Boudreaux slowly turns, he looks at her, he says, "That's once."
Oh, no.
Moving on. It's just a joke, y'all. Don't cancel me. Get out my other avatar.
Who's got music playing?
It ain't me.
Not me.
Oh, no.
And I think I forgot to shuffle my papers in my big, beautiful stack here of jokes. So I'm gonna
We
shuffle
need
them a
the
little bit.
punchline. We need the.
You need what?
That was a punchline.
That was the punch.
Well, yeah, you didn't get it?
Yes, but you distracted me with shuffling your paper.
Yeah, well, that was like 20 seconds ago.
All right, Pepper, that's twice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright, just to show y'all, I'm not really a bad guy. Boudreaux and Marie was walking around at the Louisiana State Fair. Now they happened to walk through the livestock area. And they was walking through the area where the bulls were. And Marie, she noticed a sign. It was up on top of one of the stables. Yeah. It said that bull had mated 50 times
Oh, my goodness.
in the last year.
Wow.
50 times.
It's once a week.
Virile. Very virile.
Once a week. He missed
Almost.
two though. Well, what happened?
Oh, once a week?
Jim's like,
Might
is that all?
slacking. Well, Marie looked at Boudreaux and she says, that's almost once a week.
Oh, see?
The next bull they walked up on had a sign that said that particular bull had mated 70 times
Oh, my goodness.
last year.
Whoa. And that's
Again,
a big-
Marie looks over at Boudreaux. She says, "Boudreaux, that's more than once a week, yeah? You could take lessons from that there bull, probably."
Probably.
As they walk on a little further, the next pin has a sign that says, this bull made it 365 times.
Oh, my goodness.
3,
Wow.
5.
Wow.
That's
One
a
day.
That's a lot of bull.
Oh, holy bull.
Marie, her face turns and she got totally flustered. She looks at Boudreaux and says, "Damn it, Boudreaux, that's every damn day. You could really learn something from this one." Boudreaux calmly looks around at Marie. He says, "Yeah, but I'll be willing to bet that was not 365 times the same cow."
You know it.
And
Knew
that's
that
when the
was
fight
coming.
started.
Right?
Oh, got her on that one.
That started Boudreaux's hiatus of sexual activity.
Yeah, he won't be getting them for a while.
He had to go to the cows.
Alright,
Hey,
that's enough
Lana,
of me.
nice to see you, sweetie.
Hi, honey. I said hi earlier, but I don't think you were on.
I was on the phone.
Okay.
Alright,
Hi, honey.
so that was
Alright.
a view to get everybody
Wow.
warmed up and see how stupid I could be up here.
That's not stupid.
I'm
That's funny.
standing up here in a spacesuit telling cool ass jokes. So I'm gonna call for open mic. Alright,
Yeah. Who wants to get up there?
volunteers. I'll step off.
Oh. Well, I guess nobody's going. Tim's not up there, so I guess I'll go up there. I'll go do
Alright.
some.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
I'll do some. I was gonna do later, but I guess I'll do earlier. Later. Hi y'all! Wow, look at all those people out there.
Howdy, howdy.
Dang, I was on the phone. I missed all y'all. Jim's here. Chandricha's there. Morgan, hi. Nice to see you again, Morgan. And Penny, nice to see you, Penny. Pepper,
Hi,
of course.
nice to meet
Caesar is in here. Hi, Caesar. All right, so yes, and hello, you two people. Well, there's 5 people watching now. Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah, isn't that great? So here we go. A group of young businessmen were chatting at the bar, and one decided to share his recent embarrassment with the others. He tells them that he was booking a plane ticket to Pittsburgh, but he was so preoccupied with the beautiful breasts at the girl of the girl at the counter that instead of saying I'd like a ticket to Pittsburgh, he said I'd like a picket to Pittsburgh. Okay, so an older guy nearby hears the story and says, "You know, I had a similar experience with my wife this morning. We were sitting at the breakfast table, and I meant to say, 'Darling, could you please pass the butter?' But what came out was, 'You bitch, you're ruining my freaking life.'"
Funny how that shit just comes out.
Here are some quotes that are from actual employee performance evaluations of a large company. Since my last report, the employee has reached rock bottom and has started to dig. In other words, get farther down.
That's funny.
Funny.
Works well under constant supervision and cornered like a rat in a trap. When she opens her mouth, it seems that is only to change feet. Yes. Here's another one. He would be out of his depth in a parking lot puddle. This young lady, wow. These are pretty. This young lady has delusions of adequacy.
Adequacy.
He
Not a
sets
grandeur.
low personal standards and then consistently fails to achieve them.
Oh my.
My goodness.
This employee is depriving a village somewhere of an idiot.
Ooh, that makes me sad.
That's funny.
One says he would argue with a signpost. That sounds like.
Oops.
If he were any more stupid, he'd have to be watered twice a week. Penny for his thoughts, you'd get change. It's hard to believe that he beat 1,000,000 other sperm to the egg.
Ooh,
Oh, pretty rough. Those are pretty rough. Let's see. All right. Now, my grandfather, he knew the exact day of the year he was going to die. It was the right year, too. Not only that, but he knew what time he would die that day, and he was right about that, too. Wow. The other fellow says, wow, that's incredible. How'd he know all that? Fellow one, a judge told him.
Scheduled.
Lethal injection or electric?
Yeah, Yes, exactly. It was their first date. I don't know. It was their first date, and she'd shown the patience of a saint as he babbled on and on and on and on about his hobbies, his pet peeves, his driving techniques, and even the standards he used to choose a barber. Finally, he came up for air and said, "But enough about me, let's talk about you." So she breathed a sigh of relief. Finally. And he went on, "What do you think about me?" I was wondering what you wanted to hear from her. Yes, her chances. What he said. Okay. Two confirmed bachelors were sitting and talking. Their conversation drifted from politics to cooking. "I got a cookbook once," said one bachelor, "but I could never do anything with it." Too much fancy cooking in it, eh?" asked the second one. "You said it. Every one of those recipes began the same way. Take a clean dish." Remember, these are bachelors. Clean.
No clean dishes at his house.
All right, let's see if this one is any good. Then I'll hop off the stage. All right. So 6 guys were playing poker when Smith loses 500 on a single hand. Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, that's big stuff. He clutches his chest and drops dead at the table. Plonk. All right. Showing respect for their fallen comrade, the other 5 complete their playing time standing up. Jake looks around and asks, "Now, who is going to tell their wife?" They draw straws. Lester, who is always a loser, picks the short one. They tell him to be discreet, be gentle, and don't make a bad situation any worse than it is. "Gentlemen, discreet? I'm the most discreet one you've ever seen. Discretion is my middle name. Leave it to me." So, Lester walks over to the Smith house, knocks on the door. The wife answers and asks what he wants. Lester says, Your husband just lost $500 playing cards." So the wife hollers, Tell him to drop dead." Lester replies, "Okay, I'll tell him."
Yeah, dropped it.
Yeah, that one
Soft.
ought to get down to that one, didn't it? Okay, let me get off the stage so some people can tell some real jokes.
You're so
All right,
sweet.
big hand for Wildcat, y'all.
Yay, okay.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
All right, I should probably state this before the show for the newcomers. We do everything in live, local voice. Talk, listen, be
Laugh.
polite. So if you're not hearing anything, this has got to be one boring show. 'Cause, I mean, we just
Good
standing
point
around.
there.
I mean, we're not even in local text hardly. So hopefully you get your voice figured out, because it's a lot funnier that way.
Just
Or a
saying.
little funnier at least. Funny at least. I don't know. Alright, y'all. Thibodeau and Hebert. They was driving down the interstate yesterday. Now, Thibodeau was only driving about 10 miles an hour. And traffic was flying past him left and right. 18-wheelers swerving all over the place, trying to keep from running into him. Traffic was chaotic. Now, state trooper, officer, first class Boudreaux, sitting near an overpass, saw all this, proceeded to pull over Thibodeau. Now Boudreaux asked Thibodeau, he said, "Why you going so goddamn slow?" Thibodeau says, "Officer, I always drive the speed limit. Look there, sign, right there, 10. It says 10. Trooper Boudreaux says, "Thibodeau, you a big dummy. A pure couillon. That's a highway sign. Interstate 10. And Boudreaux looks over and notices Hebert, shaking, sweating. He looked like he about to puke. And he asks him what the problem is. Hebert says, "Man, I sure wish you'd have stopped us, about 10 minutes ago, we was on Highway 182. That's a real highway too, by the way. All right,
Don't blink.
don't blink. Well, if you puke, lean way outside the window. I want that shit coming back on my pick 'em up truck.
182.
At 182, Highway
Blink
182. State Highway. All right, not that one, not this one. Boudreaux walked into the Bayou Bar last night, and he ordered martinis, and another martini, and another one, and another one. He just kept sitting there ordering martinis.
Ah,
As he got each one of them, he took the olive, and he placed it in a jar. He drank the martini. Now this went on for a while. When the jar was full of olives and all the martinis were finished, Boudreaux got up and left. Just walked right out. Now Thibodeau, another man, sitting down at the bar, stranger. He wasn't from around there. He had been watching all of that. He asked Thibodeau, the bartender, what the hell all that shit was about. He was confused. Thibodeau says, "Oh, that was just Boudreaux. Marie done sent him to get a jar of olives."
No.
oh God.
At least he didn't suck the alcohol out of him before he put him in the jar. Or maybe he did, it just wasn't in there. One more, and this got three of them in it again. Boudreaux, Thibodeau, and Hebert. They was all bragging about their sexual abilities, accomplishments, whatever. Hebert, he bragged about it. He says, "I made love to my wife 3 times last night. She woke up in ecstasy."
Oh my.
Thibodeau chimes up. He said, "Yeah, me, I made love to Clotilde 6 times. She got up this morning, cooked me a big old breakfast, told me she could never find a better man than me." Boudreaux takes a sip of his beer, leans back. He says, "Me, I only made love to Marie 1 time last night." Ava and Thibodeau, they busted out laughing. Thibodeau managed to ask, he says, "And what she had to say about that this morning?" Boudreaux takes another sip of his beer. Calmly, he said, "Well, all she told me was, 'Please don't stop, Boudreaux.'" It's all nighter, y'all. Boudreaux, stamina,
You kept going all night long.
freaking
Me
hammer.
all night long.
I ain't gay, but that makes me want to go move to the bayou.
Right, yes.
All right, open mic time, y'all. Who's ready?
I can go.
Condita.
Okay, please.
All right, I'm
All
gonna
right.
walk off and see who comes up.
Hey,
There you
Condita.
go.
Yay!
Hey, Chandrita.
John
Oh,
Drita.
wonderful.
Everybody welcome John
Awesome.
Drita.
Hey, way to go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I asked Mick to turn the temperature down here in Hooligans to keep people awake during my act. Yeah. David Letterman used to do that in the Ed Sullivan Theater. True story. He kept the temperature in the 50s to keep people from falling asleep. So,
Oh my.
David.
yeah, true story. Yeah,
Hard to
speaking
sleep,
of
hard nippers.
speaking of sleep, why do we say like a baby?
It hurt.
Have you ever met a baby? They wake up every 2 hours. They scream at random intervals. They soil themselves without warning. That's not sleep. That's a hostage situation.
That's so true.
If I slept
We
like
do.
a baby, I'd be waking up at 3 a.m. demanding warm milk and someone to rock me while humming off key, or somebody's gonna die. And what's the deal with expiration dates on food? Did you ever notice this? You buy a gallon of milk. It says expires September 5th. So you open it on September 4th, you take a sip, tastes fine. September 5th, still fine. September 6th, suddenly it smells like a gym sock that lost a bet.
Oy.
What,
And coated.
what happened overnight? Did the milk just give up? Well, I had a good run, time to become cheese. I don't get it. And don't get me started on voicemail. Nobody wants voicemail. You call someone, they don't answer. And now you're being punished with a recording? Hi, this is Sally. I'm not here right now. Yes, Sally, I know you're not here. That's why I'm talking to your robot. And then it says, please leave a message after the tone. Like that's some sacred ritual. What if I leave the message before the tone? Will the voicemail god smite me? All right. Well, I didn't come here to tell jokes, actually. I came here to perform a song parody for you. So.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's cool. That's wonderful.
So
I
that's
love
what
it.
I'm gonna do right now. So I'm sure everybody knows. Let me see if I can find a guitar playing animation on this microphone. My guitar does not have. Well, no. All right. Just
Yeah, I think it just has singing stuff.
just pretend my avatar is playing guitar. All right.
Okay.
So I'm sure everyone knows the 1979 Bad Company song "Rock and Roll Fantasy," right? Everybody knows that song.
Yep.
Yes. Rock fantasy.
It's all part of my rock and roll fantasy. That one, you know, right?
Yeah.
We know it.
Beautiful.
All part of my rock and roll dream. All right, that's the song I'm going to parody. So, so my song parody for you today is called Rice and Beans Recipe. Here we go. Rice and Beans Recipe.
All right. I love it already.
With beans, right?
Hey, yeah. For the fiestas, 1, 2, 3. I like to cook my famous rice and beans. It makes you feel good and it makes you leave a cloud. Dancing in the aisles and falling out loud, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Here come the gases, one by one. There's Alka-Seltzer, so you're taking some. There's no romancing when your stomach has growled. Clasp your cheeks together now and don't let it out. Of my rice and beans recipe. It's all part of my rice and beans scene, yeah. Oh, it's all part of my rice and beans recipe. It's all part of my rice and beans scene, yeah. Pico de Gallo, guacamole, corn-fried tortillas, food for every soul. Onions and garlic, cumin and cayenne. Add a cup of chicken broth and stir it now and then. It's all part of my rice and beans recipe. It's all part of my rice and beans scene, yeah. It's all part of my rice and beans recipe, yeah. It's all part of that rice and beans.
job.
Way to go! That was pretty
Thank
funny.
you, everyone.
That was
Thank
funny.
you.
You
Thank
did
you.
well.
All right, big hand for
Thank
Chandrina.
you.
All right, Sean, big five.
Good job.
Way to go. Man, that was awesome. That was really
Yeah, that was a special little surprise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spacesuit.
how do I
Don't
come up
fart
with
in that
that? How do I
spacesuit,
follow
whatever
that?
you do, Nick.
I could hook up my new
Yeah,
bass
clench those
guitar.
cheeks together.
Boom,
Right.
boom, boom,
Don't eat tonight, okay?
boom.
I need that rice and beans recipe.
Tell you what, I'm thinking red beans and rice now.
Right?
I know
All
I'll
right
get
then.
some in a few days. All right, back to the bar. All right, Boudreaux walks into the Bayou Bar and takes a seat next to a very attractive young lady, and she was wearing really skin-tight jeans. He gave her a quick glance, casually looks at his watch for a moment. All right, if y'all heard this one, pretend like you didn't. The lady notices this, and she says, "Is your date running late?"
Late
"Oh,
thing.
no, Boudreaux said. "I just got me this brand new state-of-the-art watch, and I was just, testing it." Now, the lady was intrigued. She said, "A state-of-the-art watch. What the hell's so special about that watch?" Boudreaux explains. He says, "Well, they tell me it uses an alpha wave to talk to me in my head. How they
Ah,
say that? Telepathically." Now the lady says, "Oh yeah? What's it telling you right now?" "Well," Boudreaux says, "it's telling me that you ain't wearing no panties."
whew.
Hi.
The lady giggles. She says, "Well, it must be broken because I most certainly am wearing panties." Boudreaux smiles, tapped on his watch. He says, "Damn it, this thing's running about an hour fast." Now that's Cajun confidence, yo.
He had
Cajun
plans for her.
confidence, right?
All right. I know I told y'all that one like the last few weeks.
Last week.
Yeah. So that means I'm in the wrong section of this stack.
Oopsie.
They're on team, right?
Yeah, I just found my concealed carry permit.
Oh, good.
Thought I mailed it. That's why I never got it. Damn it. Oh well. Don't need it no more. Alright, Boudreaux was out in the pasture helping one of his cows give birth to a calf when he noticed
Wow.
that little Tofield, about 4 years old, standing over by the fence, wide-eyed, taking it all in. Boudreaux thinks to himself, he says, "Uh-oh, now I'm going to have to explain the birds and the bees to this boy. Maybe I'll just let him ask questions and explain whatever he asks. Honesty, you know." So he goes over, he says, "T, son, you got any questions about what you just witnessed?" Little Tofield says, "Yeah, Papa, just one. How fast was that calf going when he ran into the back of that cow?"
Good
that was-
question.
The calf was hauling ass, y'all.
Yeah, man, that's why I got stuck in there.
Can you imagine? No, don't. No, I'm sorry. Don't do that. Alright, Boudreaux and Thibodeau decided to leave their jobs at the crawfish farm to get better jobs over at the big city.
Ah,
So they went to New Orleans and got a job at one of the breweries down there because, they used to make a lot of beer in New Orleans. It was Jack's beer and Dixie beer, Falstaff beer, and this one other one, I can't think of it. Well, so they got that job. And a couple weeks after they started work, Thibodeau fell into one of the beer vats
Uh-oh.
and he died.
Oh, no.
Yep. And it fell on Boudreaux to go back to Catahoula Parish and tell Miss Thibodeau that her husband had drowned.
oh no.
So he did. and he's standing at Miss Thibodeau's door, front door. He said, Clotilde, cher, I am so sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but Thibodeau done gone and drowned himself in one of them beer vats. Now Clotilde, she said, oh my God, did he suffer a lot, Boudreaux? Boudreaux said, no, I don't think so, because before he drowned, he climbed out that vat twice to go to the bathroom. All right, it's time to call for open Mikey.
He died happy.
That's the best way to go.
All right, Jim, I see you moving. All right, everybody, let's welcome up Jim.
Hey, Jimbo!
Hey, Jim. Oh, Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Big Jim.
All right. Thanks for coming, Chandrita. I really appreciate all those great fart jokes.
They were good.
I'm going to have to pull out
Good.
the big guns tonight and do them dick and sex jokes.
Ooh,
Ooh, the biggins.
That's right.
yeah.
Big dick jokes, right? Teacher was doing a lesson on multisyllabic words, and she asked the class if they could come up with words with more than one syllable. Susie raised her hand. She said, Monday. The teacher said, that's great. Monday has 2 syllables. Monday. Betsy raised her hand. She said, Saturday. The teacher said, that's a word with more than one syllable. It has 3. Well, little Johnny raised his hand and said, I have a word that has 4 syllables. Teacher said, okay, and Johnny blurted out, masturbation!
Well, he's not wrong.
Well, that does it's quite a mouthful. And Johnny said, well, normally it's a handful.
You swallow it.
Oh my goodness.
The farmer had 5 female goats, and times were tough, so he decided to take them to the county fair and sell them. At the fair, he met another farmer who owned 5 male goats. Well, after chatting for a while, they'd agreed to mate their jokes and split the profits 50-50. Well, the farmers lived 60 miles apart, so they decided to drive 30 miles each to find a field where the goats could mate.
Huh?
On the first morning, the farmer with the female goats woke up at 5 a.m., loaded the goats into his old pickup, the only vehicle he had, and he drove 30 miles. So while the goats were mating, he asked the other farmer, how will I know if they're pregnant? Well, the farmer said, if they're lying in the grass tomorrow, they're pregnant. If they're in the mud, they're not. So the next morning, the goats were playing in the mud. Frustrated, he hosed them off and loaded them back into the pickup truck and tried again. That went on for a week, and then both farmers were exhausted, getting up early and driving 30 miles and waiting and all. Finally, one morning, he was too tired to get out of bed, and he called his wife and said, please look outside and tell me if the goats are in the mud or in the grass. She said, neither. They're in the pickup, and one of them was honking the horn.
There you go. That was good.
He's humping the horn.
Lord, that's...
Hi,
Well,
Gemini.
3 mothers were complaining about their teenage daughters, and one of them said, I found vodka in my daughter's room. I didn't even know she drank. The second one said, I found marijuana in my daughter's room, and I didn't even know she smoked. The third one said, well, I found condoms, and I didn't even know she had a dick.
Top that.
I don't know how hard I should laugh at that.
Laugh as hard as you want. I don't think you'll ever laugh as hard as Wild, though.
Right?
The woman said, Daddy, I've been bad. And a man said to her, I've told you several times you're saying it wrong. Now say it right.
Oh.
Bless the Father, for I have sinned.
Oh. That's cute.
Catholics over here? What?
I got two totally different images from that. Right.
Good.
Daddy, call me that here.
A man who does church service very much was spotted by the pastor, and he asked him, we haven't seen you very much. What brings you to church today? The man says, I'm going to be honest to you, Pastor. I lost my hat the other day, and I know my friend who goes to church has the same hat. So I figured I'd attend the service today and leave early and grab his hat.
Huh.
But come on in for the sermon. We were doing 2 of the 10 Commandments today. So afterwards, the man was one of the last to leave, and the pastor asked him, so did you decide not to take your friend's hat because of the commandment, thou shalt not steal? The man said, no. It was when you talked about adultery. Then I remembered where I left my hat.
Good one.
Happens.
Or bad one.
Bad because it's bad. Went to my uncle's funeral and I heard some people asking my aunt if she was worried. I asked them, what would she need to worry about? Well, one woman whispered to me, your aunt and uncle used to fight a lot, and your uncle always threatened to crawl up out of his grave and haunt your aunt. So I asked, what did my aunt say? And she told me, he never asked for directions, so I buried him face down.
No.
God!
Yikes.
I know which direction he's going in.
Terrible.
So these 4 guys have been going on the same fishing trip for many years, but this year, 2 days before the group is going to leave, Ron's wife put her foot down and tells him he isn't going. Well, Ron's upset and he can't go, but what can they do? So 2 days later, the 3 get to the campsite and they find Ron sitting there with the tent set up, firewood gathered, and dinner cooking on the fire, and sitting there having a cold beer. But Ron says, Ron, how long you been here, and how did you talk your missus into letting you go? He says, well, I've been here since last night. Yesterday I was sitting in the chair. My wife blocked my view of the TV. She was wearing a see-through nightie. She took my hand and guided me to our bed. It had candles and rose petals all over. Well, she's been reading 50 Shades of Grey, so on the bed she had handcuffs and ropes. She told me to take it up and go to bed, so I did. She said, whatever you want. So here I am.
Oh, wow.
There you.
He's still there.
He's kind of a dumbass, though, ain't he?
Well,
Who regularly don't know Randy, so you may not get this joke. We'll see anyway. Randy went to the drugstore when he was young, and he told the pharmacist, I'm going to dinner at my girlfriend's house for the first time, and I might get lucky. Well, the pharmacist asked if he wanted a condom or 2, and so Randy took them. Then he said, oh, you know, her mom's pretty hot. Maybe I'll take some more in case I get extra lucky. So the pharmacist told him some more. Well, at dinner, he stared at his plate through the whole dinner, not saying a thing. His girlfriend said, if I'd have known you were going to be this shy around my parents, I wouldn't have invited you. Randy said, well, I wouldn't have come if you'd have told me your dad was a pharmacist.
oh.
Awkward a little bit.
So much for getting lucky.
Yeah, you shouldn't get lucky
The
then.
context of that whole, what's your intention with my daughter, young man?
Yeah, he got the opposite of lucky that day. Elizabeth told her husband she had a shoebox on the top shelf in her closet and never opened it and never asked her about it. Well, the time passed and she was near death, and he asked her about the shoebox. She said, I guess it's time to show it to you. So he brings it to her in bed and opens it up. Inside, there's 2 crocheted dolls. And she says, my mother told me if I were to ever get upset with you, I should crochet a doll. He says, wow, just 2 dolls in all this time? That's great. She said, well, look under the dolls. So he pulls them out and he sees several stacks of $100 bills. He asks, how much money is this? She said, it's over $100,000. He asked, what are you doing with your dolls? She said, oh, that's the money I made selling the other dolls.
Oh! 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 Burn!
And this is my last joke. I just want to say I'll be doing the Robin Tune hour before the karaoke this Friday. It's Friday at 5 o'clock. It's at Robin Tune. If you need a LM or something, let me know. I'll get it to you. Good hour of
That's great.
quirky songs.
Hey,
Be
what
fun.
are you doing?
Quirky songs. The farmer went and bought a goose, 2 chickens, and a bucket and a gallon of paint. When he got to his truck, he couldn't start it. So he thought about walking home, but he wasn't sure how to do it. Then an old woman walked up and asked if he would walk her home to 3552, I can't read, Homewood Lane. That's near. I don't know how I can manage while carrying all these things. She said, well, I'll put the gallon of paint in the bucket. Then put the chicken under each arm, 1 chicken under each arm, and carry the goose in one hand and the bucket in the other hand, and bucket and the paint in the other. So he does, and she says, so he does as she says, and they're walking. He suggests a shortcut through an alley, and the woman stops and says, how do I know you won't corner me and take advantage of me? The farmer said, carrying all this stuff, how would I do that? Well, she answered, cover the goose with the bucket and the paint can, and I'll hold the chickens.
Oh, my Lord.
Really sorry.
Thank you.
All right, big
Hey,
hand for
Jimbo!
Jimbo.
Way to go,
job,
Jimbo!
Like it.
Thank you.
Oh, this,
All right, I'm just going to do a couple of quick ones.
couple of
We're
quickies.
nearing the end of the hour here,
That's what she said.
which is my cue to hurry the hell up. Man.
50
All right, Thibodeau sees Boudreaux putting signs up all over town that say, boat for sale. Thibodeau says, man, Boudreaux, what you mean, boat for sale? You ain't got no boat. All you got is a tractor and a pickup truck. Boudreaux says, yup, and they boat for sale.
They vote for sale.
They boat for sale. Here's another show. Boudreaux called Marie on the phone. He said, Chef, Miss Chef Marie, I just won the lottery. Pack your bags. Marie exclaimed, ooh, that's great, Boudreaux. I don't know whether to pack for the heat or for the cold. Boudreaux says, I don't care what you pack. Be out of there when I get home. That's mean. That's mean.
Funny.
Totally out of character for Boudreaux. Now Thibodeau, yeah. Not Boudreaux. Boudreaux loves Marie. Alright, Boudreaux called Thibodeau and Pierre to his house to come do some work. He wanted them to paint his porch. After a few hours, Thibodeau and Pierre came in wanting their money for the work that was completed. Now, before leaving, they told Boudreaux that they had finished painting his car, but it wasn't no Porsche. Wah, 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 wah.
Oh.
All right, open mic.
Up. Pepper's coming.
All right, Pepper.
Hey, Pepper.
All right, let's welcome Pepper to the stage. Yay, Pepper.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Pepper.
The other- Hi. It's good to see you. The other day, my vehicle was in the shop, so I had to take a bus to go to work. I got on the bus, and I was sitting behind a young mother and her young son. The little boy kept turning around, making funny faces at me. I started getting a little annoyed. As he kept crossing his eyes and making big grins at me. So I said, you know, when I was young, my mother told me that if I made an ugly face, I'd freeze that way. This little asshole came closer to me and said, well, you can't say your mommy didn't warn you.
Ooh,
Damn! Holy shit!
kids
Smack!
told me.
They're getting shitty.
That son of a bitch gonna get a smack. Pop.
That's
A doctor in the country wanted to take off work and go hunting. So he hollered at his janitor, I'm going hunting tomorrow, buddy, and I don't want to lose the clinic. Do you think that you can take care of the clinic and all of my patients? I'll give you $50. Yes, sir, answers Buddy. The doctor goes hunting and returns the following day and asks, so, Buddy, how was your day? Buddy told him that he took care of 3 patients.
Oh.
The first one had a headache, so I gave him a Tylenol. Bravo, Buddy. And the second one? Asked the doctor. The second one had a bad stomach, so I gave him some Malox.
Huh.
Bravo, bravo. You're good at this. What about the third one? Well, sir, I was sitting there having a smoke, and suddenly the door flew open, and a woman entered. Like a flash, she undresses herself, taking off everything, including her bra and panties, and she lays down on the table and shouts, help me. I haven't seen a man in over 2 years.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Well, what did you do, Buddy? What did you do? Buddy replies, I put eye drops in her eyes.
Dumbass!
That's a good one.
yeah.
And she still hasn't seen a man.
All right, big hand for Pepper, y'all.
There you go,
Hey,
Pepper!
Pepper.
Awesome job.
Dumbass.
That was good. I like that. Didn't end the way I thought it was gonna end.
I didn't either, yeah. That was a good twist.
Nice wholesome Pepper. All right.
No
Thibodeau
jokes.
is sitting at home when he hears a knock on the door. Well, the reason I paused is because I wanted to save this one for last,
Ah,
but I thought Pepper was going to go another minute or two. So I'm going to save that one. Forget that first few words I said. They don't exist.
oh.
And I'm going to go with this one.
You mean Pepper finished early? Dang.
Well,
No staying
don't
power
blame
at all,
Pepper,
Pepper.
blame me. I made an assumption. We all know what happens.
Yes.
Assumptions.
Pepper finishes
That's
early.
short and sweet.
Alright. Even after living in South Louisiana all of their lives, Boudreaux and Thibodeau ain't never been duck hunting. You believe
Wow.
that shit?
I don't believe it.
Nothing but
Believe
marsh around here. Ducks flying everywhere. We got more ducks than we got pigeons. In fact, we ain't got no pigeons. So that's a true statement. Alright. Where was I? Oh yeah. They decided to give it a try. So they spent the entire day having no luck at all. Not one duck.
Oh.
Feels like I skipped a paragraph, but it ain't there. They was determined to stay as long as there was daylight to keep from going home empty-handed. You know, age and pride and all that shit. Did no good. They still didn't get no ducks. They finally gave up, and as they was driving home, they was discussing what the hell they did wrong, how they, improved themselves. They had all the best equipment, expensive shotguns, the best duck calls money can buy
Right.
from them duck call boys up in North Louisiana. Thibodeau finally tells Boudreaux he thinks he knows why. He said, Boudreaux, I think we wasn't throwing them dogs high enough. Bird dog, man, get the bird. We used to have bird dogs in my backyard when I was growing up. My pop, he hunted. He had a bunch of beagles. And
Eagles,
he kept
yeah.
them chained up in the backyard. Them is some loud little motherfuckers. They
They
don't
are.
never
They're
shut
very
up.
loud.
The only time they ain't barking is when they eating,
When they eating, yep.
shitting.
And
Make me go clean up the pen. It had a cement thing,
Oh,
floor
God.
with a drain
I
in
bet
the
that
middle.
it stinks in that pen, didn't it?
It was nasty. I felt bad for them
Oh.
dogs. Why I don't hunt. All right, Thibodeau. He's sitting at home when he hears a knock on the front door. He opens the door and he sees a snail standing there on the porch. Well, he wasn't standing, but he was there. He picks up the snail and throws it as far as he can. A
Wow.
year later, there's
Year.
another knock at the door. He opens, sees the very same snail. This time the snail yells at him. He said, man, what the fuck was that all about? That's it. Guess you have to be a New Orleanian to understand that one.
Oh, that was it? Oh,
That was
okay.
it.
Mom,
The
no more?
fuck was that
Oh.
all about? How we talk around here?
That's
All right.
That's
Look, I
one
never
determined
claimed to be a
snail.
comedian. All right. I'm just a host.
You're just hosting a comedy show.
Yeah, I'm just a host, man. The host has to be in contrast to the comedians. The
Oh
funny.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ah, that's what that is. Ah, okay.
Hey.
So you ain't supposed to be funny. Is that what you're saying? Right.
All right.
Yeah, but he's funny.
Very funny.
He's funny.
I just found a new joke that I ain't said in a long time.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
save it for next week. I'm gonna put it right
Oh.
here on the top.
All right. There's your teaser.
Let's
There's your
just.
teaser right there.
And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell everybody, let me turn the camera around, look at the audience. Everybody, thank you. Thank you for hanging with us for an hour. Thank you for laughing at us. Thank you for sharing your jokes with us. And yeah.
Wow. Thank
don't
you,
forget-
Nick.
Don't
Thank
forget
you,
Jim's
Nick.
thing Friday night at 5, right Jim?
Tip the Sim, tip the Sim.
Yes, I'm amazed I remembered that.
Oops.
Great
Yeah,
job.
that's what Porcelana
Can
said.
you pass
And-
the landmark?
And Thursday, come join us to play, for the new people in here, come play match game with us. Wild
Right.
K is the host. It's funny
That's-
as hell. We have a good time. It's right next
Match
door
game.
every
Yeah, we
Thursday.
do.
And we also video it. Stream it.
Right. That goes
So-
streaming
Right.
too.
15 minutes of fame. It only takes an hour to do it. All right, everybody. I'm signing off for YouTube.
Good night,
So,
YouTube. Thanks
Good
for
night,
watching.
everybody. But I'm not
Thank
leaving y'all,
everyone
so
for coming.